Hello, my name is Jeffrey Schmidt.
And I'm Chuck Gillum. We are the owners and co-founders of Down to Earth Landscaping. We've been in business for 11 years now. We do design and build landscaping, hardscaping, and outdoor living. My dream, I grew up in the trades. My dad was a contractor. I loved seeing projects come to fruition and using your hands to build something really special. And I didn't think that I was going to be in this industry, but here we are. I think one of the big things for me personally was the freedom of doing our own thing, having the entrepreneurial spirit, and the flexibility to live the lives that we wanted to and that we choose to, and to have the ability to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I have a similar background as Chuck. I grew up in the industry. My father had a landscape maintenance business in Arizona, so I kind of always been involved in this industry in one way or another. So growing up in it, my parents kind of gave me a lot of opportunity to travel. I had a lot of time with my family, so I kind of wanted to recreate that for my family and my future. So I think that's the main reason I got into this, and allowing the freedom and time to kind of build and allow, myself to enjoy my family and provide like I was when I was a kid. So, and then also, we love building things and love seeing one project come from start to completion. That's very rewarding, giving that to, families and providing an outdoor living space for them to enjoy for many years to come.
So we found George, actually, the year of COVID. There's a big convention for all of us landscapers and hardscapers called Hardscape North America. And it's in Louisville, Kentucky, but the year of COVID, the show itself was canceled. So they did a virtual show that year. We attended, we went to all the classes online. And George had given a presentation. And if I remember correctly, his was very high level on the development of a business, sustainable growth. And I think he touched on the software system element a little bit. And that was how we first heard of George and Knowledge Tree Consulting. And after that, that was a very critical time for our business. We used to do everything from maintenance to snow removal, lots of seasonal type work. And right before then, we decided to sell our maintenance division and go all in on landscape construction. We wanted to implement a new software. We were figuring out the roles that Jeff and I that would suit us best to help this business grow. And that's when we met George. And so him giving some insight to what sustainable growth looks like in development of a business was very intriguing to us. And especially as we got this new software, learning how to use it and implement it and the best way to go about that.
I mean, we felt that George was also very relatable, right? We saw where our business could be and where we wanted to be in the industry. So, and George was very welcoming as well. So he kind of brought us under his wing right away, and was, I don't know, I think we're called his Denver boys. So I think he treats us like family, and that's, all those things considered, really, really gravitated us to Knowledge Tree Consulting.
We just didn't have a defined direction that we wanted to go. We started this business like in our mid-20s, right? We didn't have a ton of experience on running businesses. We didn't have a ton of experience in this industry. And we were just learning as we went along. So we didn't have necessarily a clear direction of where we wanted to go, how we wanted to lay out the future of this business. And he was very transparent on how he's been through all of the obstacles that companies like us go through. He gave it to us straight and said that, it's tough. Like, let's learn from somebody who's made all the mistakes and not have to go through all those mistakes ourselves. And so that was appealing. And we really wanted to just make sure that we knew that we were on the right track, but having that direction, that clear, organized path of where we were going, how we could split up our roles, and then how we could scale this business.
Yeah, George opened our eyes to a lot of different things that we weren't even considering in the business. For example, like Chuck was saying, like defining our roles, we did this predictive index, which helps identify our personalities, our character, what roles we are suited best for us in the industry and in this business and as a partnership. So after doing that, it really opened our eyes to different opportunities and different ideas in growing our business. And once we did that, I think that separating roles and knowing how to do that properly and not just guessing, I think that Knowledge Tree Consulting really helped us identify where we fit best in this business.
We've never worked with a consulting company before. We had reached out to a few around the similar time. We reached out to George. We figured George was the best fit for us. And that was the first time that we'd invested, time and money into a coach or a consultant to help us grow.
I think I'm more the skeptic in this, or the penny pincher or whatever. So I think that at that point it came down to, is this a good financial decision for our business? And once you're educated, like we are now, it's a no-brainer. But I think that was the biggest hiccup for me. It was, how is this investment going to come tenfold? Which it's done for sure.
Yeah, just allowing somebody into our business, right, to show us what to do in our business. I think that's a little bit of an ego check right off the bat. But again, George was very honest with us, and transparent about how he would go about this. And so that was appealing to us. But letting someone come in and show you how to do things and critique what we've been doing was, there's a little bit of fear in that initially. But also the excitement outweighed that, and just having the ability and the resources to know that we are doing this the right way, and to make sure that our 5-10 year plan is laid out and we're very clear about how we're going to go about that.
George pretty much convinced us. And then again, with my skepticism, he was so willing to do whatever it took to help us in our business. I think he believed in us so much that we pretty much just gave in and said, absolutely. If you believe in us this much, we should be believing in ourselves just that much. So I think that's what pushed us over the edge, me personally. And then also, like Chuck said, we're trying to get a 5-10 year plan, and without having the systems in place, we're never going to get there. So George presented all the systems and gave us a better understanding of what we need to do to manage our business as opposed to working in our business. So I don't know, he just opened our eyes to a bunch of different things.
Yeah, the systems and the processes and the organization is what really appealed to me. We were very reactionary on how we ran this business, and now we're a lot more prepared. And that was the exciting part for me. It was just making sure that, and understanding that we are doing the right things to grow and to be in this for the long term. So it started out that first year, we really focused on implementing Element, and he helped us build out our entire program. We did it all through Zoom. George was always available to help out nights, weekends. He was more gung-ho about it than we were. But he was super helpful. So that first year, we really focused on just implementing Element and a little bit of just business development. We did it all over Zoom. The second year, we implemented a bunch of his systems and processes that he's built over the years. We did all of that through Zoom again. And then I think that same year, Jeff was able to do a site visit to Oriole Landscaping in Toronto. He really wanted to make sure that, like Jeff just said, we were managing the business and the business was not managing us. And so having all these systems in place has really helped that. As we've, hired more people, we're doing that the right way. We're being proactive there. And it's allowed us to see into the future a little bit more and feel really good about it versus being afraid of what's going to happen next year, just because we don't know if the trucks and equipment that we have are going to last, or the team members that we have are going to last. And it's just really helped us with the overall concept of this business and what we need to do for this business to succeed. And then hopefully sooner than later, have this business succeed with less of us being a part of it.
Yeah, George has definitely helped us understand that and see the bigger picture, and not having a 5, 10, 15-year plan like we were just going day to day, year to year in the past is kind of weighs heavy on you, not knowing, is this the right move? Am I doing the right thing for my future, for my life? And I think that having that weight lifted off is probably more relieving than anything. And I don't know, we probably don't even notice how much it affects us in our day-to-day life. That, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, what we do is tough. Like, construction is tough and challenging, right? And it's good to have that peace of mind that we are on the right path and we're doing all the right things to eventually make this easier for everybody.
I thought about when we implemented our software. I think that took us, I don't know, 3 months, probably 2-3 months. And that was a lot of hours. We were working, I don't know, 10 hours a day on that, just trying to figure out how to get everything into our estimating software. So that 3 months, I think we got 2 to 3 years worth of education and information inputted into our system. So I would say in 3 months, we gained at least 3 years worth of knowledge and experience in our estimating and budgeting. And yeah, the yearly budget was huge for us.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit every day, just with how organized our estimating software is, having that budget in place so that we know exactly what we're shooting for, understanding our numbers. So a little bit every day over the course of several years really adds up.
Yeah, and it's just going to continue to add up, like Chuck just mentioned, with all the little details in our estimating and all the things that we've gotten better with and efficiencies. I mean, in time, it's going to be millions and millions of dollars that we're going to be saving.
I think the biggest problem that George and Knowledge Tree Consulting helped solve for us was the lack of organization and systems and processes, which has given us a clear path of where we're going and how to get there and how to bring everybody up behind us to succeed. We reached out initially because we needed help with the LMN. So if anybody is switching over their software to LMN, George is an LMN whiz. The people at LMN even see our system and they're blown away by how organized and detailed it is. Anyone that's looking to sustainably grow and to have a clear direction of where they're going, big or small, and not just think that every day is a battle, and understand that you need to trust the process and that this is a long journey and it's challenging, but ultimately, feeding off of his experience over the years and how he overcame obstacles, and hopefully avoiding those. So I think that they would be a huge asset to any company that's looking to clean things up and organize.
Agreed. I think, with the systems that Knowledge Tree and George put in place for us, anybody can benefit from Knowledge Tree Consulting. And it doesn't necessarily have to be just in the construction industry. I think they're all so well versed in every business aspect that whether it's communication, human resources, business development, team building, I think that they are well versed enough to help any business be more successful. All right, if you're on the fence for Knowledge Tree Consulting, I would say give Down to Earth Landscaping a call. Ask for Chuck and Jeff, and we will talk your ear off and tell you how beneficial it is.
Yeah, it's an investment of time and money, but if you're on the fence about using George and Peter and Knowledge Tree Consulting, we are proof that it has worked out exponentially. It's been the best investment that we could have ever made as a business.
I would say, yeah, we are an open book. If you do have questions or would like to see their work in action, please reach out to us.